So today we're gonna talk about the my 20 books for 2026. So have I finished the 20 for 25? I mean the 25 and 25? No, I have not finished the 25 and 25. But I decided that I'm still gonna do one for uh, next year just because it just kind of helps. It just kind of helps to have like a list or a goal to be motivated to read, even if it's not the list. So we're gonna do that. I have okay, this year I decided to break the list up and make it make sense. So we have 5 books that are sequels, so that way I make sure I make progress on some stuff. And then I have 5 books that are releasing in 2026, because I like to read new releases, so why not add them, right? 2026 releases, and then after that we're gonna have 5 from my backlist because otherwise I'll just be forgetting about stuff. And then I left 5 to be random. So some of them are like kind of newer backlists, like it barely came out this year and I'm just not gonna get to it this year, or like um, just random stuff I've heard of that I'm like interested in. So, anyways, that's how this is. So for the first 5, the sequels, we have the Lust Crusade by Joe Segura. So I really like her books. So this is technically like I guess it's a series, but it's like a interconnected type thing of standalones kind of. But cuz the characters do play a role in them as far as I can tell, cuz like the first one was Raiders of the Lost Heart, and I liked that one. And then those characters from there ended up being in the second one, which was Temple of Swoon, I think. And I liked that one too, but yeah, the characters from the first one were like the bosses in that one. So it's like it's not mandatory that you know who they are, but it does like add like an extra layer of like, oh, I recognize them, and that this like it's just fun, it's fun to know. So, anyways, this one I'm not entirely sure how it's connected yet, but they're all adventure books of like archaeologists going on digs and stuff, and like there's like stuff going on in the background, so it makes it adventure-y. So it's like an adventure, but a romance, and so kind of like a rom-com. So this one, yeah. So The Last Crusade, I'm excited for, and I think I already pre-ordered it because, yes, I've been collecting those in paperback. I mean, I'm not sure if they even have hardcover, but I really like those, and I really like reading them in paperback because I really like the covers. The cover art is fun and cute. And like these are the kind of cartoon people I'm down a little bit more for than some of the other ones I've seen. So yeah, these are just fun. So, anyways, after that, I'm going to continue from Heavenly Bodies that I was really into. Surprisingly, I am going to read Fallen Stars by Imani Eru, and so I actually did manage to get a copy of this from Fairy Loot. I was in that queue for ever to get the matching copy. Like, I thought I had completely missed it, and it turned out I didn't. But oh my god, I was in that queue for hours to get that. Like, everybody and their mother wants this book. Everyone. Like, this is hot shit, okay? I'm not making it up. That's the longest queue I've ever waited for a book. So, anyways, I have that on the way, and so once that gets here, there you go. Um, and I think the audiobook's already out, and you can technically read it on like digitally, because that one's already been, like, the old version's still out there in the world, but yeah, this is like the regular release now, believe. So, anyways, the next one, the Lights Out series. I mean, I don't think this was technically called a series, but I read Lights Out and I read the second one, and now obviously I'm just gonna keep continuing on with this because this is like it's something to read that's not super serious. So the next one's called Game On, and I don't know, like, do I rate these the highest? No, but are they fun to read? Yes. So we're just gonna continue on with that. So that's like the stalkery romance stuff. So the masked men and all that. Everyone's like, ooh, stalk me. What? I mean, yeah, they're like into that in these books, whatever. So okay. Um, After that, another sequel is Coiled at the Roots by Scarlett St. Clair. So I liked her at the gates. I mean, I like what it's leading up to, especially. I think it's gonna be really interesting, and so I would like to continue on with that series. And so yeah, the next one is called Coiled at the Roots, and so there you have that one. And then after that, we're supposed to be getting the next Alex Stern book. So Ninth House, if you read Ninth House, then there was Hellbent, and I've read both of those, and I am into it. I'm invested at this point. And we're supposed to be getting the third one, which is Deadbeat by Lee Bardugo. And so I am very interested to see where this is going to continue going. So, and how big that book is going to be, because Hellbent was a chunker. It was not playing around. But I like it, so we're going to continue with that. Um, and then after that, so our 2026 releases, we have Innamorata. I had to look up this. Apparently, it's an Italian word, and there's like songs and stuff. But yeah. So, anyways, this is by Ava Reed. Basically, I pre-ordered this, and I think it's coming out around my birthday, so that's convenience. Gift to myself. But this one I don't even know what it's about. I just know it's by Ava Reed, and that's why I want to read it. All of her books are like gonna mentally break you. I feel like you gotta be a solid mentally before you read these anything by her, because they all are just like gonna fuck you up. Okay, that they're all just like dark and heavy. But anyway, so there's that. And then we have The Escape Game by Marissa Mayer and Tamara Moss. I have always had good luck with books that are by two people at one time, like, co-authored or whatever. Um, it just seems good. So I'm excited to try that one out. That one is a thriller, I think, which is not usually something I gravitate towards as much. But I like Marissa Meyer's books that I've read, so I'm intrigued to try that. Okay, so then the next release of 2026 that I am interested in looking at is The Swan's Daughter by Roshni Chokshi. Jesus, if I say words. Anyways, I have read books by her in the past that I really liked, and so I'm interested to see where this is gonna go. Like, this one kind of seems like a maybe like a Swan Lake type of thing. But anyways, I'm just interested to see where this is gonna go. This is like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a standalone or what, but literally, I pick up books because I know I like the author, so I'm gonna pick that up from her. And then on this list we have a new release by Isabel Ibanez, because I liked Where the Library Hides, or was that the first one? I don't think that was the first one, but I like that series by her. And so she's putting out Graceless Heart. I think maybe even in January. Like, I think that one's an early 2026 release. So we're gonna get that and then read that, and hopefully it'll be good. I think this one's like another historical type of book. So we're gonna see. And then for funsies, I have put in, yes, so the last 2026 new release specifically that I am adding into this, that is these are not sequels, these are all new ones. That's what makes them different from the other ones that are sequels that are being released this year or next year. So Hell's Heart by Alexis Hall. This one just sounds trippy, and it's in outer space, and so, like, I'm like, let's take a chance to put a sci-fi on here, because have I really read much by this author? Not really. Like, I'm only halfway through one of his books. I think it's a guy. I'm halfway through one of his books, and I really like it, and it's like, oh, it's getting me to feel so good. But it's like a historical romance, totally different. But the trippiness of this book just sounded like I needed to know. Like, I need to go on this weird ass ride. So, yeah, that one just sounds like a really trippy sci-fi, and so I'm interested to see. I'm just interested to give a look see on that one. Okay, so now going into the backlist titles, I have The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. I think that's how you say it. But I have had that book in my collection for quite a while, and like, I know it's like a trilogy, and I'm pretty sure it's like done by now. I want to say it's done, hopefully. So that's the beauty of the backlist. Hopefully, I will be into that and then can just like binge the series. So, yes, The Gilded Ones. That one is a fantasy book. I think it's YA, like a YA fantasy. Um, so we're gonna see. I've heard like good things about it, so I'm excited. So, also in the backlist, we have The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Chakraborty. Obviously, a lot of people have heard of this author and this book, The City of Brass. Like, that is just, I feel like one of those books that you're like, you gotta read if you're into fantasy, and I am. So, I've been wanting to pick it up, but then I keep, getting sidetracked by other stuff. So, we're going to make sure that we get that in there. After that, I ended up putting Cinder by Marissa Meyer on here because, like I said, I like her books, and I haven't read this, even though like it has been hyped to me over the years so much, and I know it's like I think it's like a dystopian sci-fi thing, YA book, but I think it might also have romance, but also be like retellings of like princesses and stuff. So I'm excited to see that. And then I have the Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton because I like her books. I like her other series that is just like kind of crazy. It's like it's a historical romance, but also the people in it are just kind of low key, not the most normal sane people. So it makes it very interesting, and I'm hoping that this series also kind of has like the same treatment by her because that's what makes her books fun. Like it's just a fun read. I mean, it's historical, but like, it's a fun read. And so this one's just like a different take of people doing it's like different kinds of sciences and arts and sciences, I guess, what they call all that, but I'm interested to see that. Let's see. After that, I have The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, I think. Um, this is something that I've had like for long, 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 long time on my TBR, and all I really can remember about it at this point is that it is a fantasy series, and I think it's like a well-loved fantasy series. So I really want to look into that some more and see how it goes because I want to say it's also probably finished series, which is also good. I mean, I think most of these backlist ones are finished series. Well, no, I take that back. The ornithologist one, not that's not finished, but I think all the other ones are. So that's great for me. Okay. And then after that, we're going on to the random section. We have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Yeah, that one just came out, but I already know I'm not gonna get to it before the end of this year. So I would like to make sure I don't forget about it next year. I already have it ready to roll on my Kindle. So, I liked Caraval. When I read it, I was like, oh, this is my favorite book right now. Like, I was so into it. So, I'm really hoping that I'm gonna end up liking this as much. And I know, but this is like her adult book. But I think I've also heard people saying they like this already. So, I'm excited. After that, I put Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub, I'm thinking, on this. And she apparently wrote a really like crazy book with like a snake teaching this girl how to like do sex stuff for a king or something. That's what I've heard. So there's some crazy stuff about the basilisk, a snaky motherfucker over here, teaching her stuff. So and people are saying that it's like a crazy ass book, and people have been like, "What the fuck did I just read?" And I would like to know. I would like to know what the fuck you just read, so I can also be confused with you. So, anyways, that's on there. So that one's like a apparently a really smutty like fantasy romance situation. Let's see. After that, I have Spellcaster by Jamin Eve. I think this one is supposed to be set in a school. Like, I think this is a fantasy book set in some kind of academic setting, which I like that shit. I don't know why I like stories set in schools so much, schools and universities. Something about it, I just like. Do I want to ever go back to school? No. But I like reading stuff set in this context. I don't know why, but I just do. So I'm interested to read that. And then after that, I have Hollow by Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peck of the Twisted Sisters. I was very into Zodiac Academy. I binged that shit until I got to like the very end, and I was like, oh my god. I was like so scared to know the ending. And those books emotionally devastated me. So, I'm just interested to see where this one's gonna go because I think this one has like dragons and stuff. I don't know what kind of tragedies await me in this, but I think that one's about to come out. But yeah, again, I already know I'm not gonna get to it for a while. I'm also waiting for the audiobook to drop, and I have no idea how long it's gonna take. Like I can't even find information about it, so we're gonna see how long that takes. But I'm down to wait. Let's see, and then after that, we have the last book on this list is The Goddess of by Randy Garner, and I think there's a second book out for that. I don't really know, but that one I think is just like, a good old fantasy romance. But there's like a goddess that like can't something's wrong with like her magic or something. Like she's like not a good goddess or something because her powers are all messed up. I don't know exactly. But anyways, those are the 20 books that I am hoping to read next year, and I am hoping that life will not throw me so many curveballs next year that I can actually get through this list. But we will see what happens because that's a whole last year for shit to hit the fan because that's definitely what can happen this year. So we're gonna hope for better, and the list is shorter, so hopefully it being more doable will also mean that I will actually get to all these books. So, anyways, we will catch up later. Bye.